This is We Are Podcast, the only show where we talk about what we want to talk about. We Are Podcast, let the ice house flow. We Are Podcast, it's an internet talkie show. We Are Podcast, you know the mouse knows. We Are Podcast, so look up an episode and now let's start the show.
Hello and welcome to We Are Podcast, the only podcast on the internet where we talk about what we want to talk about. Episode 37. My name is Matt.
My name's Phil, leader of the Overlord Tank Squad. Thanks for listening to the episode and being with us here tonight.
As always, you can follow us on SoundCloud, like, share, favorite, and subscribe to us on YouTube. If you have a question, comment, or email at podcast@gmail.com. Woo!
Amazing.
I'm stuttering less and less when I do that now. Took me almost 40 episodes. Alright, but let's get the show started. Let's just get this thing rolling, I guess. But back on the We Are Podcast double shot end of the year episode, we did the first episode of We Are Tries, something we kind of jokingly made fun of. I can't remember what episode, where we do a channel where we find interest. You know, they're on the internet, so we're not the first one to do them. You know, people find weird stuff at the store and eat it. Or there's some people that just go, this is McDonald's new fucking cheese sticks and they suck. Matt Zion, Reckless Eating. That's the big one I watch pretty much. Cult Moves, the other one.
Yeah.
Those are pretty much the two. You watch a lot more than I do, but those are pretty much the two I watch. But we did, our first episode was on the double shot, where we tried microwave pork rinds, which...
Astonishing.
Fascinates me and terrifies me all at the same time. That's a thing.
They defy all that is unholy.
They piss in the eye of God. And they were surprisingly good.
They defy God. And the law.
I think my Raz just went up too by mentioning it. But anyways. I guess this is We Are Tries episode 2. We live in the great state of Michigan in the glorious country of America. Fuck yeah.
America. America.
American. Suck my shotgun.
American.
Yeah. But we Michiganers, we loved our craft beers for some reason. I can't remember where I read this, but we were like one of the states that brew the most beer or some shit like that. I can't remember. Or most craft beers, you know. And my liquor store, like any liquor store in Michigan pretty much, has a wall that's just a bunch of fancy craft beers that they found over, however they through their cataloger, I guess. So I figured, get some fancy beers, try them out on the episode. We got, for We Are Tries episode 2, throughout the course of the episode, we are going to try 3 different alcohol-related items. And the first one being some craft beers I got from the local liquor store. Schreifenheim? Damn it, we spent like 2 minutes at the beginning of this before we how to pronounce this shit. Schroefers?
Schrecker.
German. Yeah, Schrecker. Schroefers? I don't know. German word. German
Sprecher.
word. Schreckers. Spreckers. That. Fire brewed hard root beer flavored root beer. We got a 12-ounce bottle here at 5% alcohol.
Awesome.
Yeah. So when I was at my local comic book store, I figured, I don't want to, pretty redneck, just open my shit with a bottle, a lighter most of the time, or my big old buck knife. But figured we class it up a little bit in here rather than me popping it off with a lighter like a redneck. So when I was at my local comic book store, I noticed they had three different types of bottle openers there. They had Captain America shield. That was pretty badass, actually. The Millennium Falcon, which I almost got that one, but that one was the most. That one was $25.
Big.
Yeah, that one was $25. It was cool, not that cool. But at the same time, too, they have one of the Punisher. A little Punisher skull bottle opener here.
Man, that's bold looking.
Yeah, Punisher is my favorite Marvel character. I like him more than Captain America and Han Solo. You kick their ass.
Who could? It's brilliant and shiny.
Yeah, who shot first? The Punisher. Yeah, so we are podcast, or we are Tries, episode 2, Struckenhavens! Root beer flavored beer. Let's open these. Let's punish these beers. One tap. There's always a hard ass one.
There's a fancy beer place down the street.
I swear I bought these, sir.
Here's my receipt. You can check.
Alright, I guess here we go on 3. We'll give it a little taste test here.
Yeah.
Alright, ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Tastes like sour root beer. It don't even taste like, It's not bad. It's not like undrinkable. But it doesn't even really taste like beer at all, right? It just tastes like some skunky root beer.
Tastes like a bitter, sour type root beer.
Yeah, like this shit's been sitting in the back of the freezer for a month, or the back of the fridge for a month, right?
Yep, or somebody dropped it and it rolled type root beer taste.
Yeah. It still has carbonation because of the beer, but it's got this skunky flavor to it. German root beer.
Sprecher. I still can't say it.
Sprecher. I can't even say it, yeah.
Maybe it's Sprecher.
Sprecher. Well, you got something to it.
It's Spookenheimer, you fucks. You yank.
Like, it's not even that long. Come on.
You yank bastards.
Someone calls it Yankee bastard, right? So.
Yeah. It's like, there's 8 words in this. What you're saying has, like, double that amount. There's no way.
Why do you keep adding syllables?
Yeah.
Why do you keep adding syllables? Why do you keep adding letters, dumbass?
E-F guy. E-F guy. Elemental buddy.
Oh, no.
You are guy.
QF guy or something stupid.
And these are Canadian.
Showing people shit's cool, then not showing it to them. We're totally down with that shit.
And these are Canadian ABCs.
You can't just say something's cool and not let me see it. You gotta let me see it so I know it's cool.
Well, then you're gonna rape our women.
Fucking bullshit. Fuck you.
I love that guy. Like, it's just we got a bunch of cool shit over here, and we don't want you coming over and raping our women.
Oh, yeah.
Shut up, this doesn't involve you.
Well, let's go find Canadian Donald Trump and rape him to death.
Oh, yeah, man. Give him a comb over.
So I don't know why, but I had to watch that shit twice. I don't know why. Mr. Garrison pummeling Canadian Donald Trump in the head and like, this is happening.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna go over that wall. I'm gonna fuck them all to death. And what do you mean by fuck them all to death? I'm gonna fuck them until their spirit leaves their body. But other than that, it's not bad. It's drinkable. Pretty good. Doesn't taste like piss water like regular beer does. And like with all beers, after 3 you don't care anymore.
Right. Correct.
Yeah. Buck 20 at my store with tax. So I give it a full price. Probably not something I buy all the time though. A little sweet actually. I couldn't imagine drinking a 12-pack of these.
I think it's drinkable. A good amount for the price that you paid. Like you said, it's a little sweet. It's a little bitter. Maybe a little bit sour. But it's not overpoweringly strong. like maybe a lager or an IPA would be.
IPA.
Yeah, an IPA. I would give it a full price, and I might buy it again.
Yeah, for special occasions.
I enjoyed the taste.
Yeah, maybe on special occasions. Maybe we'll have it again some other day. They make Kool-Aid beer. Obviously, strawberry kiwi flavored beer. Built to the internet. I bet that's a thing.
Oh, somebody liked it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Damn right, it's good. It's made by the German people. Oh shit. Oh, that one sounds fast.
Maybe a little burpy though.
Yeah.
A little bit carbonated.
Yeah, like I said, a little too sweet for me, to be honest with you. Like I said, I don't think I can do a 6-pack.
Yeah, I agree with the sweetness. I agree.
Yeah, taking it, jumping down a little bit, but not bad.
Now I can taste it more.
Yeah, now that we're a quarter into the bottle. But, on to some news stuff. 2016 looks to be a good year for cartoons, television, and movies in general.
Crazy everything.
Yeah, everything's been, well, not everything's been doing good, but there's a lot more good stuff out there than there's bad stuff, which you kids might not know that. Remember the dark days of 2003, people. But, I guess we'll start with some bad news here. I forgot to mention it, and I guess a good thing we didn't mention it, but TNT, one of Ted Turner's networks, was trying to do a live-action Teen Titans show, you know? Kind of like in the vein of like the CW's Arrow and stuff. It wasn't supposed to be like it's not that goofy kid comedy on fucking Cartoon Network that shall not be named.
Like a mature one?
Yeah, well, you've seen Arrow.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah,
live action?
Yeah, live action soap opera, but with the Teen Titans instead of Arrow.
Dang.
Which CW, Turner Network don't do it. They should do it, right?
That's true. They should jump on it while it's hot.
CW loves making teenage love shows.
Dang.
Yeah, I like Arrow and the Flash, but sometimes they do get a little cheesy with the love storylines in those shows. Like season 1 of Arrow was pretty bad. Like it was almost like soap opera-y fucking level of shit they were doing.
I remember.
Yeah, pretty funny. Yeah. They might have thought it might cost too much money because fucking Beast Boy has to change it to a green CGI monster, or well, he doesn't change it to a monster, but green CGI animal every episode, right? Sometimes multiple.
Makeup.
Nah, they'll probably do it if they were going to do it. I imagine it'd be CGI. Like you see a CGI green cheetah running down the street.
Cheaper.
Yeah, way cheaper and safer than painting a fucking cheetah green.
Arrow was an efficient show, though.
Yeah, like I said with the Flash, they had fucking King Shark on, and he's a giant fucking CG shark monster, which was awesome.
I didn't see that episode, but
oh, dude, it was great.
The first time I saw it, it looked a little bad, but then I saw how it really looked, and wow, I was like, dang, that thing's huge.
Yeah, I showed you the picture.
Freaking tall.
I think I showed you the picture on one of the episodes. But yeah, man, that was awesome. Yeah, he's fighting a giant fucking.
Tall.
It's Jaws with legs. Fuck.
It was enormous. It was tall.
You're afraid to go in the sea. Now you can even walk down the street. Fucking street sharks. Why are they making a live action Street Sharks after they saw that thing, right?
Heck yeah.
Shit, the fucking shark on Flash looks better than Doomsday and Batman v Superman, right?
Dang, that's excellent.
Yeah, jump on that. It was supposed to have Nightwing instead of Robin. Where Nightwing, Dick Grayson in the original Robin, joined the Teen Titans. Then he kind of went through his rebellious teen years. It was like, fuck you, Bruce. I'm not Robin anymore. I'm Nightwing.
I'm Emo Wing.
I'm Nightwing. I'm gonna wear a fucking tall collar.
Conformist Wing.
Yeah. I'm gonna wear a collar, a disco collar, bang a fucking orange alien chick, and you know what? I'm gonna start my own team of Teen Titans, you fuck. Yeah.
And I called no homo.
We're gonna have it's gonna be better than Justice League. We're gonna have a robot, cyborg guy, a magic chick, this green dude. We're gonna have a green dude too, but ours changes into the fucking animals and this isn't a Superman ripoff. I like Martian Man.
Extreme.
Martian Manhunter kicked Beast Boy's ass though.
Well, that's exceptional.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how good it would have been on Turner Network. But CW, like I said, I like pretty much all their superhero shows. They've been knocking it out of the park, I think, right?
Is that Heroes Reborn or?
No, that's NBC.
Oh, okay, that's a different one.
Yeah, that's
Never
different
mind.
thing.
The CW actually, I've watched a lot of their shows that they've done. They usually do good jobs.
Oh, you like Supernatural.
Oh yeah.
I watched a couple.
Supernatural.
I gotta get into that one day. I watched a couple of them. Oh, it's pretty good. I like it too.
Oh, some of the old ones are awesome, man.
Yeah.
Fantastic shows.
Well, that's the problem with a show that's been running for 10 plus years, right?
Yep.
What's his name? The pissed off one. He was the Red Hood in the Batman Under the Hood movie, remember?
Oh yeah, Dean.
Yeah.
Yep.
He could be Red Hood. Looks like a kick my ass, bro.
Yep. Plus he's dope. He's fought evil stuff of all types.
Yeah. But you mentioned NBC's Heroes Reborn.
Yeah.
Man. Did you even watch any of that?
I only saw like a little bit of an episode, but no, not really.
Yeah, I didn't watch that
But
shit.
I heard good stuff.
Well, good for them, because that shit got canceled.
Flop.
No, it's not getting a season 2. That and Teen Titans, they're both on the unemployment line right now.
Crap. Epic fail.
Man. We watched, first couple seasons of the original Heroes. But that's the lamest live action X-Men TV show that they ever made.
It was.
I can't remember what episode it was, but we even started looking at each other. Why do we fucking watch this?
Future me sucks.
Oh yeah, the guy that can absorb everyone's powers. He goes to the future again to try and solve a problem, and his future self pulls him into an alleyway in New York to tell this is what you gotta do to save the world, and then pop, 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 pop. Gets lit the fuck up.
What you say?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was after that episode we're like, alright, this show's kind of stupid and repeating itself all the time. Although if that happened to me, I would get a tattoo with that date and saying, stay out of New York on that date, right? But first person I grab, what's today and what year is it? What's the time?
For sure.
Locking myself in a fucking room that day in Canada.
Glorious tattoo to remind yourself,
Well, make sure you don't forget, right? I'm going,
Yes.
I had a joke, I lost it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but like I said, superheroes are kind of taking off when the show first started airing. Ratings fell through. Superheroes are still pretty big, getting bigger than ever, really. So they're like, hey, we got a superhero property, and we don't have to pay DC or Marvel for it, so why don't we launch it again?
Let's go for it.
Unfortunately, people are like, I don't give a shit about that.
Yeah.
I got fucking...
Not gorgeous.
I got Daredevil on Netflix, you fucks. What am I watching this shit for?
Well, that Netflix definitely pulling in dough.
I don't know.
They were the smart ones.
So, good luck for... they brought back some of the cast, but good luck finding a job, guys.
Good luck.
They're going to be sitting in the comic book autograph line. No, they're going to be sitting in the autograph line at a comic book convention next to Jesse Pinkman, right?
25 a pop.
Right next to Jesse Pinkman, right? Right next to Jesse Pinkman and Lou Ferrigno.
Need for flop.
Oh, Breaking Bad was that sucks for him, man, because Breaking Bad was a really good show. But he did, what was it, Need for Speed after that,
Yep.
and a video game movie no one wanted. You know, I don't even fucking play. I don't even like the fucking Need for Speed games to begin with. Why am I gonna fucking see a movie based on it? And how are you gonna make a movie on what's pretty much just a fucking racing simulator?
It is.
Yeah,
Basically.
they never have a storyline to those games. You know what the story is? Fucking place number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. They want to make Fast and the Furious, but they didn't own the rights. Right? If you own the rights to the Need for Speed game, slap it on there.
Yep. Epic flop.
Then he did that Moses movie with all white people.
Yeah, where he played the elder.
Yeah.
Yep, I remember that.
And he heard shit from him since.
Didn't do too good, but I liked it.
Oh, no, wait, he was on a commercial for something, I think Hulu or something. You can binge watch anything now. Remember my show?
Oh.
I need a check. I'm starving here and George Lopez is laughing at me.
Well, unfortunately, there's not a lot of movies that are in the market for a guy who used to cook meth on an AFC show.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's probably gotten labeled as that guy. I bet when he's just walking down the street, people probably bump into him. Watch where you go, bitch!
It's like there's a piece of Tootsie Roll Pop in the back of my throat. Ugh.
It's like there's a party in my mouth and everyone's
Oh, nasty.
invited. But, I don't know. Maybe he'll do like his, buddy Heisenberg. What's his name? Real name? And Godzilla for 5.
Bryan Cranston.
Yeah, maybe he'll do like his buddy, you know? He kind of struck it big there with Malcolm in the Middle for a little bit, went away, and then came back bigger than ever, right?
Yeah, I forgot. That was him.
I didn't watch Breaking Bad up until like season 3 was out. Because that was my biggest problem. I was like, you know, like I said, he got typecast. I was like, the dorky dad from fucking Malcolm in the Middle is supposed to be a big time badass meth dealer? Yeah, right.
I'm positive.
Then you watch the show and it's like, oh man.
Please don't make me hurl.
Yeah, then you actually watch the show and you're like, oh man, that was stupid.
I saw the one where he was talking about where he was laying on the floor in his underwear.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I saw that episode. I was like, dang.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. It was pretty hardcore.
They act the shit out of that series, so.
And he was literally laying on the floor in his underwear. No shirt, with the skin up against the floor. Because he was like, ooh, it's so cold. He had one of those type experiences. It's so cold. It feels nice.
If I ever do get a cameo in a movie, I want to get lit up like Future Me did. And have that Ooh, What You Say song play while I die.
Yep. That'll be the new death scene craze.
I want to get lit up like Officer Murphy and maybe not that bad. Maybe not that lit up.
Yeah, you want your arm.
Yeah. Lit up like the psychopaths at the end of The Devil's Rejects.
In a car?
Yeah.
While moving?
Big old-timey Cadillac. Yeah, what I was going to say was like, you know what's great though, is like that big-ass Cadillac though, is like even though they're dead, it's still barreling right into those cows, maybe take a couple of them with them, right?
Yes. They didn't show it crash though, did they?
No, they just show him getting lit up to Freebird.
Yep.
And I think Otis laughs, or the clown guy laughs, or someone laughs, and then the movie ends. Okay, before we move on to our next story here, we'll do the We Are Tries Alcoholic 3-Piece Part 2. We're trying a little bit of Rebel Strokes Pumpkin Spiced Whiskey. 35% alcohol by volume. We got us here a little double shot, like you buy from the liquor store, a little plastic bottle. Let's Keanu this bitch, Phil.
Keanu it up, Stoke.
Let's go a little smell first, dude. Should have did this during the Halloween show, Phil. Pumpkin spice.
Smells like a pumpkin pie.
Oh my god, it does smell like. Oh my god, it does smell like a pumpkin pie. It smells like fucking.
It's like there's a pie sitting in front of me.
It smells better than those fucking pumpkin candles you buy at fucking Yonkers.
Wow.
Well, it smells like a pie. Let's see if it tastes like a pie. Alright, let's Keanu this. 1, 2, 3.
Think.
Woo! Smooth and pumpkin.
Ooh.
Whoa! A little cough syrup taste though. After. A little cough syrup aftertaste.
Tastes like, kind of seems like I'm getting a little bit of apple, but mostly pumpkin.
Yeah, it tastes like pumpkin whiskey. Doesn't taste like pumpkin pie, but it definitely tastes like pumpkin whiskey.
Wow. That is something.
I don't know, man. I like pumpkin pie and everything, but I don't think I could do a whole bottle of that shit either.
No, it was just a try.
Yeah, give it a try. Try it. Interesting. Definitely worth a try. It was a double shot at the liquor store where it was cost you $1.
$1.19.
Actually, it cost you the same as this beer.
About $1.19.
It cost you the same. There you go. So go for about $2.40. Go get yourself a root beer flavored beer and a fucking shot of pumpkin whiskey. What, Phil? Let's go ride the fucking hay wagon.
Blew my mind.
Let's go ride the hay wagon and what's that? Mulberry bush. Let's go. I don't know. That was good. Had a joke, went off rails. Lost it. It's so close, but I can't get it. It's so close, but yet so far away. Okay.
That was intense.
Yeah, like I said,
Pumpkin shot whiskey.
yeah. Like I said, I don't know. Try it. Like I said, it's not bad. I don't regret it, but I'd never ever do it again.
I wouldn't either. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would.
Next Friday night, it's like, man, this fucking pumpkin whiskey, man. Fucking balling, yo.
I got a picture with like 4 of them in between my finger.
You got a Wolverine claw, Wolverine claw pumpkin whiskey shots.
Yep. Wolverine claw.
Give me another drink, bub.
Throw me another pumpkin. I'll sneaky snike it up.
Yeah. But Wolverine likes beer. It's Canadian thing. You know how Wolverine's a Canadian samurai? I think he's like really into anime.
I don't know.
I could see Wolverine watching Hellsing Ultimate. Seems like he could get off on that. He's fought vampires before too. I think he's probably killed Dracula along with Blade once or twice.
It's like, shoot, he don't need to.
Yeah,
He's already done lived it all.
I lived that, bub.
Yep, he's like, I lived it all.
That story was based on me.
That's like a walk in the park for me. I'm the best there is at what I do.
He's like, oh, that was Tuesday. I guess he got a point. I guess he got a point, but why does he need to watch anime?
You got a light bulb?
Why does he need to watch anime? He lives anime.
You got a light bulb?
He does live anime. One of his friends is a giant blue cat man. Tell me that doesn't sound anime. Right? And he's in a 3-way love triangle with a right-handed chick. Maybe X-Men was an anime. Well, they did do an anime X-Men. It was alright.
Yeah.
Wolverine did look kind of what's that? Andromedus?
Hmm?
He looked like a Final Fantasy character, you know?
Oh.
You know, that's a dude, but man, really fucking pretty for a dude. How much do you think hair products cost in fucking the Final Fantasy? Just in the anime world in general, with all those spikes, right?
A lot. They gotta be molded.
Fucking Goku's hair takes 4 hours every day to fucking fuck up.
Hair grease. Hair gel and hair grease.
Well, that's funny too, because they made anime versions of me just be like, I look like Chewbacca. Like, just put glasses on, don't need to draw pupils, you just draw a bunch of hair. Pour one out for Han, right? Spoilers.
Yep. One for Han.
One for China hasn't gotten it yet, but
It's been long enough.
Yeah, it's been long. Kylo Ren kind of sucks. Emo Ren. Well, he did start a fucking lightsaber fight like I would. Fucking force push a motherfucker right to the wall, then run up on him and try and stab him. That's how I'd roll.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
Well, you force pushed him into a tree, but whatever.
Well, I was just thinking of it now that you mentioned that. You know, since they got pushed into a tree right and their necks broke, I mean, wouldn't that make it kind of hard to use the Force if your neck is broke?
Well, what if you use the Force like a neck brace?
I don't know.
Yeah, because Darth Vader is all cyborged out, and if his suit gets messed up, he can live on the Force for like a couple hours, I think.
Yeah, he's gotten away before.
Yeah. The Force will give you the strength.
It's like, yeah, so it's hard to do the Force now. Yeah, your neck is broke. Yeah, you're on the ground. Where's your Force now, huh?
Yeah.
Poking him with the lightsaber. Zoom, zoom.
Don't even feel that, do you? That's the other thing, too. If I had the Force, too, I would like try to rip my opponent's lightsaber out of their hand with the Force powers, too, right? Oh, shit, because, you know, because Darth Vader ripped the fucking laser out of Han's hand, right?
Yes, I see what you mean. They have done it before.
Yeah, so why can't he rip a lightsaber out someone's hand?
It's true. Maybe they have Force-resistant belt holders or something. I don't know.
Turn on lasers are Force-resistant.
That sounds asinine.
Yeah. You're just making up shit at that point.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know what that was.
You're just making shit up at that point.
Why not? It's George Lucas.
You're going to George Lucas level.
Or it was George Lucas.
I don't know. What was this one again? 37?
Yep. And a half.
And a half. Shut up. Fuck off.
Biatch. Biatch. Right.
Podcast 37, part 2. Electric Boogaloo.
Eric.
Oh, and we're back. Phil, we had our first big malfunction after recording. First one I'm going to admit to. First one I couldn't really fix. But, yeah, I don't know what happened. Our mic, for some reason, just crapped out on us. And we went a whole freaking hour and a half after that mic went on.
Fail.
Just fucking lost all that fuckery, all that golden material. Oh. Hopefully, no more technical problems, Phil. The ghost of Steve Jobs heard us talking shit. He's like, "Did you piss on an iPad?" Should've.
No more technical difficulties. He had his medicine man get back at us.
His ghost came and inhabited my computer. I was like, Mike? Oh, fuck, whatever.
That's not an Apple, Mike. Cut it off!
Don't like Apple products, huh?
Cut.
Cut that shit. Maybe we should,
Cut that off. You cut that camera off.
get that fucking camera out of here.
Cut that mic off right now. Get that mic off me.
Might have been, Mr. Mouse, too, because we were talking a lot of shit about Star Wars.
Yeah, Mouse Boy.
He was like, aha, I make the money. That shit ain't came out in China yet.
It ain't gonna hurt him.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, last time I saw him, he's too busy rolling around in that fucking Star Wars one. He was like, oh, God, money, money, money. Last time I saw him, he told me to go buy a BB-8. Still haven't done it.
Amazing. I got his hat.
I know, I saw that. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I got his hat.
You got a Boba Fett hat?
No, but there's some Stormtrooper ones.
Oh, I saw those on the internet, too. Those were pretty cool.
And the evil Lord guy holding a lightsaber, but the one with Kylo Ren was the one that had the most colors on it. That's why I had to buy that. That caught my eye because it had so many colors in it.
Yeah, because there's a lot of new Star Wars merchandise out, and I didn't want to buy none of it until I saw the movie. Just in case it sucked.
Yep.
But it's good. I just haven't bought anything yet. But no, I saw some pretty cool Kylo Ren looking action figures at Walmart.
Amazing.
It's kind of I don't know. That was my first. That's what I was saying. That's probably why the mic got cut off. Shut up! Shut up! But that's what I was saying is like my problem with Kylo Ren is like they'll probably get solved in later movies. But remember, I wanted
Could be though.
Yeah, I want to see why did he go to the dark side. You know, in the movie they were just kind of like, yeah. Luke started training him, and then he was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna kill everybody. You know, Daddy pop him one and they get all pissy or something, right?
Probably missed it. It could have been explained.
Well, I only saw the movie the one time in the theater, so maybe when it comes out on DVD, I'll have to watch it a couple more times. Maybe I did miss it. And plus, and I don't know. When he's in his helmet and shit, he looks cool, sounds cool. But then they take the mask off, and he's kind of like a fucking pretty boy with long hair and shit.
Oh. I said, Space Star Wars Edward Scissorhands?
Yeah, he kind of does look like
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Instead of scissors or hands, he has lightsabers. Yeah. I don't know. I guess bad guys can be pretty boys too, but for the most part in the Star Wars universe, you join the Sith, you can get all kind of gray and fucked up and scarred up and
burnt up.
Yeah, burnt up, or you're a fucking red-faced horned demon alien guy. I don't know. Maybe that's just why I find him being a pretty boy kind of weird. Because for the most part, maybe somewhere in like the expanded universe, there's a pretty Sith Lord, but for the most part, they're all like old, ugly people, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially the head top lord that's always wearing that black robe.
Yeah, Palpatine.
Yep.
Shit, yeah. Like I said, he looks like a fucking ball sack.
Yeah, he's making an appearance at the Indiana Comic-Con.
Oh, really?
Yep. He's going to be there. It said, reserve your tickets now. See Emperor Palpatine.
That'd be kind of cool. Yeah. And now he's so old, he probably does look like a ball. Probably looks like a ball sack without the makeup now.
Yep. It blends in with the makeup and makes it look more real.
Oh, yeah. Pissed
and
off.
Matt's knocking stuff over.
I know. So, we shouldn't have talked shit about Steve Jobs. And like I said, I think the only thoughts are in it. Like, the only excuse I can kind of give them were trying to give was, Princess Leia was telling Han, bring her boy back, and he's like, he's got a little bit of his grandpa in him. You know, my grandpa's evil. Inherently, somewhere down the line, one of my ancestors is going to be evil too, I guess. I don't know. And I love Mark Hamill. But, like I said, I paid Mark Hamill to turn around! And you fucking nerds loved it!
Yep. It was astonishing, but somebody in the...
Best Chucky ever got!
Somebody in the chat room was like, and all I got was Luke Skywalker turning around wearing a hood, looking like some bum.
Looking like fucking. They could have at least showed him like picking up a lightsaber or something. I don't know, right?
Well, like I said, she hands out the lightsaber, and the next movie is going to start with him going
Using the
with
Force
his
a
hand,
bit, yeah.
using the Force, and then yank, and then he grabs it, and turns it on.
Considering he's Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker's.
Because I remember I said yank in the theater, and someone laughed. So we're like, ha ha ha.
Well, that's what I was kind of hoping too. Like the last thing would be like he uses the Force to pick up a lightsaber and puts it up in the air like a knight or something.
So that just proves somebody was thinking what I was thinking at the same time. Like, come on, yank.
Like I said, I paid him to turn around.
Yeah.
He was probably like, you dragged me away from regular show for this. Look at all those zeros.
Easy paycheck.
Yeah, well, he's like, look at all those zeros, Mark. Well, yeah, people turn around.
So many zeros, his jaw drops.
He's like, I got a while before they're gonna do that Killing Joke animated movie anyway, so yeah, I can turn around.
He's like, hey, I'm taking care of myself. I'll still be alive.
I don't know.
Astounding.
So hopefully, plus Luke's my favorite Jedi anyways. You kind of hear that he kind of just, after Kylo Ren kills all the Padawans, he kind of pusses out and just runs away. And I was like, oh, no.
Yep. And puts R2-D2 in a post-traumatic stress disorder syndrome.
He fucking, R2-D2, I don't think we mentioned that during the review.
Collapsed him, basically.
Yeah, R2-D2, even though he's a robot, somehow goes through like manic depressive shit and just sets himself up.
Basically collapsed R2-D2. Single-handedly.
Oh, that's funny.
It's like, oh, let me guess, you're sad?
Yeah.
Or is it? Because that's why you always have to make the sandwiches. That's why.
It's really C-3PO and R2-D2 are having a domestic squabble and R2-D2 shut down. Right? Yeah. That's the other thing too. Like R2-D2 is like, God, that robot's got to be like over 60 years old, right? Yes, him and C-3PO were in Episode 1 when Darth Vader was a little kid. Right? Now even Luke Skywalker's an old man now. You think they would be so out of date they just fucking break. Like nowadays you have a computer that's like 5 years out of date and that thing can't even work for shit.
Yeah, I mean, if you can barely keep it working.
Yeah, like I said, these robots are like over 60 years old.
Yeah. Well, they kept upgrading them and upgrading them, I guess.
Update.
I guess.
They're they put them on the cloud. I don't even know what that means.
The space cloud. There's a space cloud too.
Space cloud. Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
In space.
Awesome.
Yeah, like I said, I had a little. Those are just some nitpicky things. I still think that it was a good movie. I don't regret seeing it. It's definitely a lot better than the prequels were. And yeah, it's nice to see Star Wars back in the movie theaters and shit. You know,
it was a big movie.
Yeah, still pretty good. Hopefully the next one. Well, I think the next one is Rebel One.
I don't know.
Yes,
It'll make money.
Oh yeah, that's gonna make money. That's the other thing too, Phil.
It'll be bold.
We're gonna see Star Wars movies till the day we die, probably now. Like I said, the next one's Rebel One, where it's the story of how they stole the plans from the Death Star.
Oh, like I said, now Disney wants to clean up on it.
They spent like $3-4 billion on it. They got to make that money back. Well,
yep, it's time for them to clean up now.
I can't wait to the point where you get to go to Disney World and you're going to get to see like Darth Vader and like Captain America hanging out on break and shit.
George Lucas did it long enough. Having a smoke.
Well, Well, like, I think I mentioned this way back in one of the first episodes.
Like, Darth, can you sign one of these cigarette butts you threw? Come on. I got a pen.
Oh, no, Disney don't play that. If you're on break, you're in, like, a certain room. They don't let you, like, if you're one of the costume characters, they don't let you take your head off outside at all.
So you can't hang out outside anywhere then.
No, like,
Yeah, I know about that.
yeah, Scott Snyder, comic writer for Batman. He was on Kevin Smith's Batman with Batman podcast. And I guess, I can't remember if it was like after high school or during college or something, but something like that. When he was young and needed money, he worked at Disney World or Disneyland or something. And I guess no one wants to be Buzz Lightyear because Buzz Lightyear is a big plastic, bulky costume.
Yeah, and
It's, it's fucking hot as hell.
and sweating.
Yeah. And so, he was the grunt, just started, so he did it. And he said they had this big long list of, if you're one of the costume characters, they have like a long list of rules of shit you're not supposed to do. And like taking off your head outside is like one of the big no-nos.
Brilliant.
Yeah, like that's like firemen. Like they don't want kids traumatized and shit, They don't want to look out of the corner of their eye and see Mickey fucking with a big old beard swigging out of a fucking whiskey bottle and smoking a cig,
Of course.
You know?
Brilliant.
They don't play that shit. In the heater! Yeah, I can't remember, but like I said, he had like a big long, like, he said it was literally like a pamphlet they gave him, like, you're not allowed to do it. And like I said, no one wants to be Buzz Lightyear because it's all plastic. It's like the heaviest suit to begin with,
Plus, it doesn't help you're in a tropical climate.
Can't wait for the day, though, when you get to go to Disneyland and they got, like I said, when Darth Vader, Captain America, and Stormtroopers are walking around so you can have a picture for them, take it with them.
As if.
Oh, they're going to deal with it. They own the rights to it. They don't give a fuck what Universal says. Universal theme park. But I want to go there and be like, cool, I got to pay to have a bunch of Stormtroopers, have me take a picture where I'm telling a bunch of Stormtroopers to attack Captain America. Or the Hulk or something.
I'll be like, come on, where's the Boba Fett?
Where Boba Fett at?
Don't cheat me out now.
You got a fucking midget walking around in an Ewok costume. Give me fucking Boba Fett.
It'd be cool.
Just give me my Fett. Like I said, where's my Boba Fett movie at? Why are they making that?
It would be cool to get every one of them together, though, and take a picture of them all around you or something. Have every main character around you and take a picture of all of them with you.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Well, speaking of which, now that we're talking about Boba Fett, man, fucking Jetsons don't lie to me. We ain't got no goddamn hoverboards like Back to the Future. We ain't got no goddamn jetpacks or flying cars. No robot maids. Fucking machine where you go and be like, I want a steak, and that shit just shoots out a steak. We ain't got none of that shit.
Well, I told you, Matt. Obviously, our generation is not living into this so-called future.
Jetsons a bunch of fucking lies.
Well, it's not our generation. We wish it was, but it's not.
Hanna-Barbera ain't doing shit with the Jetsons, are they?
Nope.
I wish.
Good.
Man, the Jetsons. I thought they were the Jetsons already. But Hanna-Barbera don't want to do nothing except for fucking Scooby-Doo.
Matt, like you said, the background.
Yeah, I drew 3 buildings. Just keep repeating.
Yep. Hey, it's cheap.
As much as I do love those old Hanna-Barbera cartoons, that is true. They're like...
Everybody cuts corners, Matt.
Johnny Quest, great cartoon, love it. But they drew one explosion, and that's the only explosion they're ever going to use. I don't care if a plane blows up, or if a building blows up. It's that same fucking explosion. That's the other thing, too, the episode with Toru, because for some reason this guy has a giant fucking pterodactyl. He's making crash planes. That pterodactyl yell that Toro does. You know?
Yep.
They've been reusing that son of a bitch sound effect since the fucking 60s.
It's in the intro.
I think that pterodactyl roar, or I think that's in every Hanna-Barbera thing ever. I think it was in Scooby-Doo and shit. Like I said, man.
Yeah, remember when? Remember when Bandit got grabbed by the condor? It was the same noise.
Yeah.
Yep, it was the same noise, and it was a condor. It wasn't a pterodactyl.
Yeah.
Because in the intro, it's a pterodactyl. Yeah. Remember?
I was about to say, even the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy made a reference to that. There was an episode where there was a wishing skull. And, like the monkey's palm, it gives you fucked up wishes.
Consequence.
Yeah.
Mm.
One of the characters, Irwin, made a wish where he wanted to live like a life of adventure or something. And they more or less turned him into... He was Haji from Johnny Quest, and Billy was Johnny, obviously. And they pretty much redid the intro to Johnny Quest. And that pterodactyl showed up, and guess what?
Same sound effect. Efficient.
Yeah, like 30, 40 fucking years later, they're still using that one fucking pterodactyl roar. And shit, like you said, sometimes it's not even pterodactyls. Any flying bird?
Yeah, it was a condor.
Yeah, like you said, they use different birds sometimes.
Well, it was a giant condor, but it was still the same roar.
Same roar.
And it grabbed Bandit. Remember, he was like,
So, they made a reference to Johnny Quest in that Kiss Rock City fucking Scooby-Doo movie.
I remember.
Where are they going to make
it? It was on the bottom of the board, or...
She had a hover belt or something that was made by Quest Industries. And I can't remember, one of the Kiss guys rips it off her, and it was like, oh, a hover belt made by Quest... or anti-gravity belt or something like that. It was like, oh, this is made by Quest Industries, and you see the logo. And it's like, good stuff. Right? Some people still like that. I know a lot of people are probably right now going, what the fuck is Johnny Quest?
Yeah.
But
you know what Johnny Quest is.
Trust me, it's awesome. Like I said, the animation doesn't really hold up, and they reuse the same sound effects over and over again. But it's the greatest fucking show ever.
It's enormous. Enormous show.
Venture Brothers is pretty much just a giant Johnny Quest parody, right? But when's Johnny Quest hanging out with Scooby-Doo is what I was trying to get at. At least get the name back out there, right? Well, now that I think about it, too, I got like fucking 5 Johnny Quest comics around here, too.
I'd like to see a triple parody episode. Like, Johnny Quest runs into the Venture Brothers, then runs into the Scooby-Doo gang.
Well,
they all solve a mystery together.
Well, the Venture Brothers even have a parody of Johnny Quest on there. Remember, he's Ash and Johnny?
No, but I'd like to see all of them solve a mystery together. Yeah. All of them.
Like that one episode of Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated where it was all the... because like I said, Hanna-Barbera, Scooby-Doo took off big, and they even ripped themselves off a ton of times. Like Josie and the Pussycats, that was pretty much a Jabberjaw. That replace the dog, put in a shark that sounds like Curly. Speed Buggy. It's not a dog, it's a car, it's different. What do? He hangs out with a bunch of teenagers and solves mysteries. Like Scooby-Doo. Yeah, but it's a car!
Excellent.
Captain Caveman, same thing, No, it's a caveman. It looks like a giant fuzzy nutsack. It's cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they did.
And it says, "Hello, Governor."
Don't worry about it. Kids won't know. I imagine the phrase "kids won't know the difference" probably happened a lot back then.
We'll roll with it.
Yeah. But anyways, they did an episode of...
There's no rules right now.
Yeah. They did an episode of Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated where they go to a mystery solvers party or something. And like I saw Jabberjaw and Speed Buggy and all those guys show up. And I think all the Shaggies meet up at the buffet table, you know, because they're all stoners and they're all hungry all the time. And I can't remember exactly, but they all get kidnapped, and it's all the Scooby-Doo and all the sidekick characters have to team up and save the gangs.
I saw that.
Yeah,
fantastic.
It was pretty funny. Scooby-Doo's a little oversaturated. There's a little too much of it, so not all of it's good. But every once in a while, you meet Scooby-Doo, it makes me laugh and cry at the same time.
Come on, tell me you don't stop the channel when you see a Scooby-Doo episode.
Oh yeah, I still watch.
You're trying to act like you don't.
Well, that's how I saw WrestleMania Mayhem or whatever it was the first time. I watched
WrestleMania City.
Yeah, or whatever. I watched it on Cartoon Network because I heard of it and I was like, that sounds stupid. And it was still stupid. But I saw it on Cartoon Network and I thought it was funny, so I thought we'd go rent it and talk about it on the show. Cause like I said, it's not good. I won't say it's good, but it's
Matt,
fucking funny.
It's all about the franchise. It's all about the franchise, Matt. It ain't about it being terrible or good.
It's about how many t-shirts.
It's all about the franchise, yeah.
Maybe that's why that's why the WWE and Scooby-Doo crossed over. It's not about how good your material is. It's about how much t-shirts you can sell. Yep. How much merchandise can you buy. It's about
how long we can push this together and make money off it. And how it can both benefit us.
Yeah. Because still, the most popular wrestler at WWE at any given time is the one with the highest t-shirt sales.
It's true. The cash cow.
Dun, 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 and his name is
John Cena.
Yeah. John Cena was at a scrub show and tore his shoulder out or something a while back. You think when Vince heard that, he just fucking punched a wall?
Probably.
Fuck!
It's like, well, that's why he's got Chris Jericho's number.
Oh, yeah. I was about to say, Mick Foley's all jumped up from his years of wrestling, too, but he would have been on the phone right after him, right?
Well, yeah, Chris Jericho came in doing the old school, you know, we got 3 people here. Y2J will be in your corner, the Usos, while you have this match, you see? There's 3 of us here, get it? So he was basically doing like they did from the game, where you can pick him as a manager, get it? He's on the side going, yeah, Usos, yeah, you know, and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens in the next couple of months, because now Vince,
Well, he helped them win with the roll-up. Yeah. That's why I thought it was cheap.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, it'll be interesting to see what happens in the next couple of months with wrestling, because for the most part, Vince's A staff is all out injured right now, and what's left with D-listers. You know?
Maybe I could call one thing that would happen. If Chris Jericho entered the Royal Rumble match, right?
Right.
Now say everybody else gets thrown out, but Chris Jericho and the Usos. Now it's every man for himself.
Twerk fashion shit.
You know, hey, it could happen.
I think the Royal Rumble already did happen. I didn't pay attention.
I don't think so.
I
think it's the 14th. I think we might have just missed it.
I don't know. I didn't buy that WWE card like I was talking about in time.
Nah.
I'll
see updates. It don't matter.
Yeah, but maybe if there's an interesting WrestleMania, I might do it.
Get it.
Nudge,
nudge. Nudge! Ow, my ribs.
I don't know, it's just I really liked ECW way back in the day, and WCW was pretty good between the years of like 94 to 96.
Word.
So I wouldn't mind rewatching some of that. Like I said, we talked about this before on the show, the storyline where Big Boss Man kidnapped Al Snow and he's force feeding him some type of meat. And this is at the time where Al Snow had to get rid of his mannequin head.
Wish I didn't remember that.
Yeah. Yeah, he had to get rid of his mannequin head because of another controversy where this lady was lying and said it's the head of a decapitated woman. It's not the head of a decapitated woman. Al Snow. I liked
It
Al.
looked like a male to me.
It was a mannequin head that
Well, it looked like a male mannequin head, though.
Yeah, but it was a mannequin head that Mick Foley kept his Mankind mask on. And he said back in the day he used to make fun of it and act like he would make out with it and shit. And the gimmick is Al Snow is literally just such a shitty. Well, he's not a shitty wrestler, but the gimmick is that he was a wrestler who didn't perform well. You know, and he went crazy and started talking to this mannequin head. You know, he kind of failed as a wrestler when and started talking to a mannequin head. And he even said that was the story too. Mick Foley he'd just gotten fired from the WE for like the second time. Well, the WWF it was at the time. And Mick Foley kind of jokingly was kind of consoling a friend. He gave him the mannequin head and was like, look here, man, just here, act like you're do like I do. Just act like you're talking to this thing. Roll with it.
It's glorious.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, and, you know, when you got lemons, make lemonade. I mean, that's what he did.
Well, hey, he's working security.
Yeah.
It was.
Oh, yeah, and he, it's not like he did bad for himself. He was one of the heads of TNA there for a little while. Maybe doesn't have the illustrious wrestling career that John Cena had. But, still pretty well-known icon, I would guess, right?
Well, like I said, he's not getting dropped on his head anymore.
That's true.
It's better than getting dropped on your head.
Plus, one time when I went to a W show in the 90s as a kid, he was there signing autographs, and he's a pretty stout motherfucker. He's like fucking 3 inches thick. Little brick wall, man. But yeah, they made him take away. That's the thing. They made him take away his mannequin head, and they gave him a little pet chihuahua. So what do they do to get rid of the chihuahua? Well, let's imply that the big boss man killed it and is forcing Al Snow to eat it. That should fly, right? Cool, right?
Back then, it flew.
Although Big Boss Man at that time, he was doing some pretty fucked up shit. Didn't he do the casket thing with Big Show's daddy or whatever?
Yeah, he did.
That was the Big Boss Man that did that too. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, the Big Show's dad apparently died, and Boss Man showed up at the funeral and tied a chain to a fucking his daddy's casket and then to the back of a truck and fucking
Right.
dug it out of the grave, and the Big Show jumps on it. Daddy, no!
Yep. But, now that you mentioned the Big Boss Man, Al Snow and the Big Boss Man had one of the most brutalist hardcore matches ever on one of their hardcore 24/7 rules matches. One of them was the champ at the time, and I think Al Snow was tagging with somebody. It was one of those tornado false count anywhere matches.
He's probably tagging with the Blue Meanie or Steven Richards, maybe. Did he have blue hair?
I'm not
Did
sure.
he have blue hair?
I'm not sure who Al Snow was tagging with.
Did he have blue hair or long hair? Or
I don't remember.
Or it might have been Supernova too. You know, the Job Squad.
I think it might have been Hardcore Holly.
Was he? I don't know. I can't remember. That's a good thing too. I like Hardcore Holly. I wouldn't mind.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind rewatching some of his stuff.
But I remember they were fighting, and Al Snow was dragging Big Boss Man, and they were sticking each other as they went into this bar. And then Al Snow hit Big Boss Man and laid him out on the pool table, and they showed him take 2 cue balls, and he smacked them together, and he bashed them right on Big Boss Man's balls, because Big Boss Man was wearing all that big black combat gear, remember?
Yeah, even though he started off as just like an overweight cop, he turned into like a SWAT guy in his later years.
Oh, it was hilarious, man. But he was tagging with somebody, and I think it was Hardcore Holly.
No, I think I remember what this was. Remember?
I think Hardcore Holly thought Al Snow hung him out to dry. Because remember, Al Snow lost the match and he started laughing and stuff like that?
Yeah.
But yeah, Hardcore Holly thought he hung him out to dry and they were having a match, and that's when Hardcore Holly walked out on Al Snow. Yeah. Heater.
Yeah.
I think that was that match, though.
I can't remember, but Hardcore Holly's the one that instated the 24-hour hardcore title rule, and that's when they were doing shit like he would go to the bar trying to get away, and he was getting jumped in the bar and shit. Like they even did one where he was trying to do his laundry and someone jumped him there.
Well, that's Crash Holly.
Oh yeah, Crash Holly.
I think Al Snow tagged with Hard.
No, I meant. Yeah, you're right. I said hardcore. I meant Crash. Okay, now we'll just wait till the heater comes up.
And the ball pit. Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, you gotta attach it like a McDonald's ball pit or something too.
Oh.
Yeah, like I said, I wouldn't mind rewatching that stuff. Just in time.
But yeah, man, that was a crazy match. I did rewatch that. But he took some freaking pool balls and cracked them together real quick and slammed them right on Big Boss Man's balls. Oh,
I think I remember that.
Fucking hilarious, man.
Yeah, because they would do it too, like I said,
yeah, remember it was like that. Oh, this is WCW in New York type shit. Yeah, we're hanging out at New York. What up? You remember that?
Because I remember
we're hanging out at New York here, man.
Yeah, because remember he went to the laundromat too, and like 2 or 3 different people showed up all at once to attack him for the hardcore title.
I remember
when he was doing his laundry.
That was hilarious.
And he got out of there because he threw. There was a big box of soap open on one of the washing machines. He just picked that up and threw it in everyone's eyes and just dipped the fuck out of there. Hardcore Holly, I think he died of a heart attack or something too, didn't he?
Yes.
Pills, probably. Or not Hardcore, Crash Holly. Why do I keep saying
Yeah, Crash Holly.
Yeah, I meant Crash Holly. Their names are too similar. Is Hardcore Holly dead? I know he fucked up his neck that one time.
I think he's still alive.
I don't want to look it up. I don't want to look it up.
Yeah, we've had enough deaths. Grizzly Adams is dead now. The original guy that played him anyway, he's dead.
Yeah, David Bowie.
Surprised Dad wasn't like, Grizzly Adams!
Yeah, even though we lost...
My soul!
I know. We lost that...
The Mountain Man.
Yeah, we lost that chunk of recording that David Bowie kicked it to. Lenny Kilmister from Motorhead died too not too long ago. Not starting the year off too well, are we?
Nope. I was like, man, a lot of people just died recently.
Maybe Ozzy Osbourne. They say it comes in threes, Phil. Maybe Ozzy's the next one to kick it.
Nah.
Eh?
He wishes.
You have, well, no, wait, hold on. We got, well, David Bowie does all kind of types of music, but we got a general big pop star, a legendary metalhead. So what would be the third one? Madonna. God, I hope Madonna doesn't die by the time I post this.
I'm going to be purple, and I'm going to go out on the street and start shooting some kind of machine gun down the street like the Joker did. Looked like an MP30 to me. It was a good machine gun, that's for sure.
From the Dark Knight.
It looked like the one from Rise of the Triad. Maybe it was a grease gun.
You're talking about from the movie The Dark Knight where Heath Ledger Joker's
Yep. Looked like an MP30 maybe.
I don't know. I don't know shit about guns. I haven't shot a gun since I was 12.
True that. Those are a grease gun. Those are bigger. You would have heard that.
That's what Early, he did a couple tours, not my thing. But that's what he used.
Mm-hmm. It shoots a big bullet, that's why. So you can line up a shot and hit somebody. They ain't gonna get up.
Harley Hermie ain't
that
dead.
Shit, dink, 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 dink.
Phil, the Gunny ain't dead, is he?
No.
Thank God.
Dink, dink, dink.
What was that show you used to have where we keep mentioning it, like shoot watermelons in the face all the time? What the hell was that called?
I don't remember.
Long
ass time ago.
I don't know.
Shit's already passed, so.
Might as well be called Arlie Irwin shoots a watermelon in the face.
Extinct watermelon now. Nobody likes Marvel or DC.
I know, I missed the ball, Phil. Like, the second I got out of high
It's
school.
not getting Matt laid, so
I know, like I
it's a
said.
waste.
Well, dude, the comic books didn't start hitting until after I got out of high school. I was like, man. I remember when I had my first girl come over to my house on a date. I fucking hid my comics and fucking action figures in a closet like I was hiding pornography, man. I threw a jacket on top of that shit. I threw a bunch of dirty clothes and a jacket on top of that shit trying to hide it. Oh, memories, Phil. Memories.
Memories.
Yeah, back to the show.
Corners of my mind. Memories. You gotta keep that in there.
Yeah, I'll edit it in. I'll edit it in. But I want to go back to talking about Arlie Ermy. I think we mentioned this on the Halloween show. I can't remember exactly. But Leatherface, not one of my favorite slasher characters of all time. Like I said, he's just a big Gibby dude with a fucked up face. Kick him in the dick! But Arlie Ermy and, what is it? The Michael Bay produced
Cut off his balls?
No. No, remember, yeah. You gotta take the chainsaw, cut off his ball. Same with Michael Myers, he's just a dude, just kick him in the dick.
Well, no, just grab him.
Yeah, grab his balls. Yeah, like I said, Michael Myers
rules off when someone's swinging a chainsaw at you.
Yeah. But for the most, that's what I said, Michael Myers and Leatherface, they're just dudes. Like, that might not work on Jason Voorhees, because he's like a undead zombie nightmare or whatever. But Leatherface is still a dude. Like you said, grab his balls and twist them. That's gonna hurt like hell. Yeah.
Well, they tried to make it look like they couldn't feel pain in that one.
Oh, you felt
or
pain.
like they were, immune to pain, I thought at first.
Jason Voorhees seems to be, because, like, remember in...
I meant Texas Chainsaw, the beginning.
Oh, the beginning. No, he wasn't immune to pain. He was
I remember he screamed a couple times.
Yeah,
so obviously, he feels pain, grab his balls. You don't have balls?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's just a dude. Grab his ball.
Yep.
But Arlie Ermy is scarier in that movie. Yeah, the beginning, Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the beginning. He's scarier than Leatherface in that fucking movie. Spoilers for those that...
Good job.
Yeah, did a great job. Spoilers for those that you haven't seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the beginning. And
You should have.
Yeah, you should. Like I said, not one of my favorite slasher films of all time, but this is a good horror movie. But, spoilers. I can't remember the names, but whatever. It's set in the 70s. And, two brothers, one of them went to Vietnam, one of them just got drafted and is about to go to Nam. And the brothers and their girlfriends, plural, you gotta add a body count, are having like a little vacation on their way to take their boys off to go fight the good fight, And the younger brother, the oldest brother went to Nam first. The younger brother got drafted. He doesn't want to go. And while they're on their way driving to Nam, he starts to burn his draft card, Fuck the war, I don't want to do that shit, And the brother's, PTSD, and, apparently they show, like, he's, like, yelling, no, and shit in his sleep. But, while that shit's going down, they hit a fucking, I think it was a cow, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, they hit
flattened it.
Yeah, they hit a cow, and then they run, as they hit that cow, they run into the best sheriff in the world, Sheriff Hoyt. Arlie Ermy. And he finds the burnt draft card, and he served in, I think, Korea. And he sees a burnt draft card and is like, man, fuck that. You spit in my country, boy? It says something about, like, taking a shit in my backyard or something like that.
He said, you two jockeys just took one giant shit in my backyard.
Yeah. And he's one of them good old boys.
Which one of you assholes burned his draft card?
Yeah. And Sheriff Hoyt's one of them good old boys, spitting, chewing shit.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking has his hand on a shiny ass 45 at all times and shit, kind of sheriff.
Shotgun toting, get off my land, I love my country.
You don't fucked up, boy, kind of sheriff.
If you don't drink beer, you get out of my house. Type guy.
But yeah. But turns out the town is more or less abandoned. He's not really the sheriff. He killed the sheriff. Well, Tommy killed the meat factory that pretty much kept the town running, shut down. And Tommy, Leatherface, used to work down there and didn't want to leave, so he killed the manager and stole a chainsaw. So the sheriff, just before he leaves town, picks up Hoyt and wants him to go get his cousin Tommy, because Tommy's a big motherfucker, Tommy makes me look like a small guy kind of motherfucker, But anyways, he kills the sheriff, takes over the sheriff position, and now they eat people. Like I said, we gotta eat!
Oh.
Yeah. Ronnie Ernie's great in that movie.
Gorgeous story.
Yeah. Watch that movie for his performance alone, right?
Yep. I actually started to take it serious.
He's scary as hell in that movie, like I said. And like I said, he killed Mama Hoyt, or whatever her name was, I can't remember. She can get blood out with sure like a motherfucker, can't she?
Mm-hmm.
Sheriff Hoyt went in line when she said she keep a clean house.
Matt's that Crisco.
Crisco and club soda. I don't know if that's a real thing, don't try it, but...
Actually, it is.
Oh. Well, now you know. I know. But now that I was thinking about Sheriff Hoyt, I was like, oh yeah, Halloween H2O. Fucking Buster Rhymes was able to beat up Michael Myers. He ain't shit, right? Oh, I think.
Well, why didn't they shoot him in? Why didn't they shoot him in his balls then? Right?
Leatherface?
Oh no, you remember? You said they had that scene where, what's his face? Michael Myers got totally straight up shot down with shotguns, right?
Yeah.
Why didn't they shoot his balls then?
Yeah.
Like, dang, we've hit him everywhere else. Shoot him in the balls. It's like, you know what? We haven't hit him there yet. Do it.
Yeah, like I said, I've only seen 3 Halloween movies. The first one, I can't remember which one it was. He was chasing after a little girl or something. And like a vigilante mob shows up in a bunch of trucks and shit. They shoot the shit.
I remember that.
Yeah, they pumped the shit out of them with shotguns. And Halloween H2O. Oh, I forgot. I seen the
Past 2-0, more
yeah.
like it.
Yeah, I saw the Rob Zombie ones too. Which those I like Rob Zombie, but those fucking ones suck. Yeah, my childhood sucked. That's the other thing too.
No, they don't suck.
Halloween with the Rob Zombie remakes. That's what I'm talking about.
Ah.
Yeah, those do suck, dude.
I never liked Halloween.
Yeah, me either. But I think they're supposed to be remaking that too. Oh no, wait, I forget. I saw Halloween.
Why, to waste money?
It was on. Dad had Showtime at the time.
I want to waste money.
Oh no, you're talking about rebooting.
No, the Halloween thing or whatever. It's supposed to be a new Halloween movie, or?
I heard they're supposed to be remaking it.
Yeah, why, to waste money?
Well, they own the property. Why not? Even though we don't
money
like it.
Waster.
Well, I was about to say, even though you don't like it.
It will make you wonder what else you could have spent your $5.30 on.
I was about to say, Phil, even though we didn't like it,
or $7.30, whatever, matinee.
Whatever your ticket prices are. But like I said, Phil, it's still somewhat of a viable property. You still see people dress up like Michael Myers every Halloween. Even if we don't like it, some people still do.
Yep.
So why not squeeze $5?
Yep.
So why not?
They like the William Shatner mask. That's totally out of style.
Well, like I said, go back to what they originally planned, where he's just wearing that same little creepy clown mask, but it's too small for him because he's like a big 7-foot tall giant guy now.
That's why Hancock threw his ass into the air. That was tight. He got fucked up.
Yeah, the little kid from the.
So that's why Hancock threw his ass into the air.
Yeah, the little kid that.
Crack.
Yeah, the little kid that was.
And he put up with it like a little punk.
Really, that would cut me off, dude. If you hear me starting to talk, you gotta give me a second. But yeah, the little kid that was the little kid that was Michael Myers in the Rob Zombie Halloween remix. He was in Hancock and he was talking shit to him. Will Smith throwing fucking 2,000 feet in the air or some shit. He caught him. That's still good.
I had a triple pile driver to him.
I don't think that kid ever did anything ever after that, right? Who knows? Sorry, DB, not really. Yeah, I forgot. I saw the other Halloween 3 where they try to make it into an anthology movie where it's about the crazy cult that made masks that kids put on. Then once they heard a certain frequency, it fucking turned their face into cockroaches or some shit. Fucking crazy. Hopefully they'll go that route. Unfortunately, Michael Myers. That's why they stuck with Michael Myers to begin with, because I guess Halloween was supposed to be an anthology movie. They just made the first 2 about Michael Myers for some reason. And then when they try to go to their premise in the third one, everyone's like, Where's Michael Myers at? Where's that fucking giant albino guy in the fucking,
William Shatner mask.
Yeah, where's that fucking giant
Turned white.
I want to see fucking William Shatner in a fucking white face, fucking in a jumpsuit, fucking kill some teenagers. They'll never do it because they don't
Michael Myers believes in the digital transporter, Matt.
Like I said, I've never seen all the Michael Myers movies, but like I said, for the most part, he's just, like I said, just a big crazy motherfucker, right?
Well,
I don't know how the hell
his crybaby dad. He's got a crybaby dad. Crybaby dad didn't love me story. Remember?
Oh yeah, his dad used to pump him with, pop him with that gas.
He killed his dad all crazy, but that's why. Daddy issues, Matt. Basically. It boils down to daddy issues.
Yeah, his dad and
they
Rob
didn't
Zombie
love me.
Popped him with a cast and shit all the time. Or had a cast on popping him.
Oh yeah.
That's the other thing too. Rob Zombie.
It was pretty scary how he killed his dad, though. I remember that scene. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, he waits till he gets passed out drunk and duct tapes his ass to a chair.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal at the time. It would suck to die like that. I was like, man, that would suck.
Yeah, it would. But that's the weird thing too. Like, they don't mention that it's a William Shatner mask in the Rob Zombie movie. The boyfriend just brings it over and he's trying to bang Michael Myers' sister.
Wiki it.
Yeah, he wants to wear the mask while he bangs Michael Myers' sister for some reason. Then he kills her and him and then puts the mask on. Yeah, why didn't they just fucking blow up that fucking like I said, he got I can't remember which one it was, but the one I saw, he used a shit shotgun out of him.
Right.
Why didn't they just fucking stand over the top of that well and just like making sure pop, 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 pop. Right?
I know how to make sure, they just couldn't show it. Stick the barrel up his ass. That's how you make sure.
He fell down a well, though.
Well, look for him.
Empty the well.
Fucking leader.
Yeah, what was it? Well, I'll do the spiel.
Or he's dazed. Go down, hurry the fuck up, stick the gun up his ass, then shoot the shotgun shells up his ass. That's the only way you can make sure. Because that way it goes into his intestines or his innards and he bleeds to death either way. So either way, you made sure he's dead.
He's an ass zombie.
Yeah, you make sure. Pretty sure that would do it. Shotgun up the ass.
I don't doubt it.
He's got a spleen. Like, right? He's got a spleen. His spleen's gonna go sewage on him, dude. I'm telling you.
With that being said, this is the end of We Are Podcast, the only podcast on the internet where we talk about what we want to talk about. This is episode 37. My name is Matt.
My name's Phil, leader of the OTS. Thanks for being with us tonight for the episode. We hope you enjoyed.
And as always, thank you anyone and everyone for listening. You can follow us on SoundCloud. Like, share, favorite, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Leave a question, comment, or email at podcast@gmail.com. Thank you and good night.
Good night and sweet dreams.
Yeah, this is We Are Podcast, the only show where we talk about what we want to talk about. We Are Podcast, let the ice house flow. We Are Podcast, it's an internet talkie show. We Are Podcast, you know the mouse knows. We Are Podcast, so look up an episode and that's the show.